Uh, I didn't do my potatoes. I ended up planting some seeds I had for eggplants and thinking where I'm going to put the potatoes in. I finally figured out I'm going to have to look at a video. um, I found it very interesting that Ivanka Trump uh, went to a women's meeting. I believe it was in Germany. Um, and she got booed there. And the thing is, it's like I heard some people like Democrats, I guess, uh, just saying that if we knew exactly what her job, I just got out of the bath, but just got out of the shower, bathtub. I was in the bathtub. But anyway, if we knew what her job title was, um, but the thing is that she is used to, their family like conning people, like they did with the Trump University, um, and causing harm to people like they did in Scotland when they take over part of your land, uh, and totally have no regards for nature or life, or that's already there, or humanity. And you could see that with his anti-scientist and anti clean air bill, with the EPA, I believe, right? But anyway, uh, with some of his action and some of the things that he signed, some of his executive orders, you know, um, but her father, I mean, she doesn't represent any woman, that I know of, that's really, that's hard, that's in the workforce. She seems like, she was probably always like, okay, like, oh look, she's pretty, let's put her up there, you know. But I think that those other women that actually work uh, and know how to be a boss, um, um, they just gobbled her up like, you know, she was just a little sardine, and they were big old sharks, don't. So, but yeah, I don't even know where she got off thinking she could. I don't know, but so she couldn't hold her own um with different leaders around the world. She probably like, oh, well, I'm used to it, or they're jealous. No, the thing is that what you're representing the United States by way of your father, that's the president, you know, and you're being his potsy or whatever, and he has said things that was disturbing about his own daughter Ivanka, and he has said plenty of things disturbing about like with the pussy grabbing. He's very disturbing the way he speaks about women. And like that one interviewer, like they asked, like, "Oh, what are you and your they asked Trump and Ivanka, what do they have in common?" And he had said sex. So, and it's just very inappropriate. Seems very um incestuous. So most women are totally against, any type of incestual act. I mean, it's a selfish thing for the man. It's totally, no, I guess his gratification at the expense of another human being, and it's very inhumane, especially and in a lot of cases it causes uh, severe emotional problems, you know, and basically it's rape. So, so like, I can understand where, um, They were just eating her alive. Never mind. Eh, I just can't imagine that she would let her kids be around him. I mean, like, yeah, okay, you president, grandpa, dad, whatever, but yeah, you see some pictures of them. They're doing good. Send you a video chat or something. I don't know, but it we're coming up to the 100 day mark. And the one thing that is very important, I think, is that we find out how much influence the Russians really had on him. They're saying that that is just mostly propaganda, and um, poisoning people's mind to because like Trump poisoned like his people's mind to Hillary. Even that federal like that FBI guy. What he did was I think unconstitutional by saying something 2 weeks in advance, and that's the problem with Trump's administration. That's why they get an F from me. For their first 100 days, it's because of the fact that um, you have to. Well, he made a pledge to govern on the Constitution, so and they're not they you know. I mean, if Ivanka want to do something, she can sit down and read the Constitution, get her a tutor, and uh, uh, even if she thinks she's too smart for a tutor, she should get a tutor. Um, so anyway, but so like she's unqualified. They just wanted to show how unqualified she was, and also they probably wanted to give the same type of disrespect that they had received. I can't think of that German lady's name right now. Um, Damn. But anyway, that she had got when she had came to the White House. Um, if Ivanka, Ivanka probably thinks, oh, they're just jealous because I'm so beautiful, or something like that. But sometimes if people don't like someone not because of their looks or because a lot of people are more tend to like somebody just on their looks appearance first, but they could dislike somebody uh, because of who they stand for and what they represent, and so far how you portray yourself, you know. So, and I think that's basically it. It's just that the ancestral daughter of the president that is seems to have her kids around this person that comes off as a rapist. Basically, I hate to say it. If you could just go up and do whatever you want to a woman, grab her pussy, do whatever the fuck you want, you shoot somebody right down Fifth Avenue, and nobody's gonna say nothing. That type of person, you can't really respect a woman that has her kids around them. And it's hard to respect her husband, knowing that that the father's probably calling her daughter to speak to her by himself, so I guess he could have sex with her. Who knows? Type of weird type of way they talk, or at least the way Trump talks, how he comes off, and nobody can respect that. And then his policies over North Korea, and it's his whole ideas over the Middle East. This whole archaic. So like the whole idea that we got to use a nuclear bomb, and just the way he's coming off, this sort of schizoid little narcissistic, hypocritical, racist behavior, um, and obviously they don't like Muslims, but I think that war has never, or the way they go about war, and that's another thing that there's they got excellent people there, military people, defense people, that they could give you a briefing. They could tutor you on the art of war because you don't have no freaking idea. In the same way that the Republicans don't have no freaking ideas on how to apply their sort of racist ideas. Because like you could look at some of the prisons that they have, like in Alabama, where they have overcrowded. Yeah, the people in the stock market with these private prisons, yeah, they're making a lot of money. But how's it affecting the state? They're just doing that. That way, you don't have to fix the systemic problem, which is the school, which is the educate. When I went to public school, I'm here to tell you, they need fixing. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that went to public school that, even if they are doing well, in whatever, can have to attend to their schools need fixing. And the idea that, and I see it here that, like this one lady over here, she's very nice. She went to, her grandkids wanted this hot popcorn. Okay, why do they even know about that junk? It's just red number 40, popcorn. And, like they're young enough that you'll get accustomed to eating anything at that age, because, that's, but, I don't know. Well, that red dye number 40 is supposed to be cancerous. So, and oh boy. uh, I mean, but that's what they wanted, and they were very happy. They were like, "Can we eat it now?" She's like, "Yes, you can eat it now." Of course. So, but how, like, but that's what they introduced. I don't know. It's just what we allow our kids to eat. I've known some people that are like, "Oh well, I'll just get this for the kids. I'm not gonna eat that." There's one lady over here. She got diabetes, went to cancer and everything. She has a garden, and she was, "I'm just making this food for me. My kids wouldn't. Nobody else in the house wouldn't eat it." You know. So I ain't trying to be funny, but it's almost too late for her. I feel like the type of condition that she's in, she could eat anything she wants to because it's not going to make a difference. The damage is already done. When something is dead, is dead. You know, uh, uh, and that's simple fact. And but her kids and her grandkids and the people around her that probably prone to the same problem that she had would especially her grandkids, it would do them a world of good to have a nutritious diet. You're like, but like you know I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So the simple fact is, if we could get back to nature, because like one of the things was when the British showed up here, and especially the British, their whole thing was they were at war with nature. That's why they killed those buffaloes. So it's not top secret. They came and they slaughtered everything. They were at war with nature, and like when I was a little girl, it was like, oh, you had to have pesticides. Like when they all came back over from Vietnam, I guess they didn't know what to do with Agent Orange anymore. So now you got it. Now you got it in Roundup. So and like here, like I noticed, oh, it's springtime. Here they come out with their poison. And they're just killing everything. They're very well. The black people here are very well trained. I mean, they just throw all their trash. It just piles up. Even mostly plastic bottles that can't be recycled. You can forget that. They just. I mean, it just like it just looks like a like right across from the store. It just looks like public trash dump, city dump. Um, uh, Very self-destructive. We're very self-destructive, and I think that uh, uh, um that is the type of governing that the Republicans is also into. Very self-destructive government. Uh, like, oh, we're gonna build this wall at the expense of everybody else, and they could always find one person on TV that I don't know where they find this one person that doesn't have a problem with anything that Trump's saying or or doing. The only problem is with Trump is that he's a puppet for Putin. Putin is not a friend. China's not a friend. They're out to destroy us. I think they had a master plan. Ever since like the '60s to come in. Because if you could get us to kill our president, if you could get us to kill, like a prophet, well, Martin Luther King, but okay, not a prophet, but he was a religious, holy man, that spoke the truth. Prophet, right? And it was easy for them to get in their races, to play us up against the race card, to divide, America, because like it was all it's all written. Abraham Lincoln said it is written down. A country divided in half cannot stand. I don't know exactly how it's worded, but so we're divided down racial lines. You know, we're sacrificing our children's future. You can see the disruption in the school system, not only with the ADHD kids, which I think is systemic from the double binding hypocrite type of parenting that parents are doing. So the baseline is so Alabama has chosen to punish the people that's already been victimized because the simple fact is the school's not pumping out, and they're not even trying to pump out anybody for they could go right into the workforce from high school. They know you're happy and attentive with looking at the basketball and maybe having some illusion of grandiose, or looking at the football having the same other illusion of grandiose, and listen to rap stars. So as long as they have you in this euphoric Jim Crow type of propaganda illusion, they're very happy. You got your cell phone with with your Facebook and everything else that you want on it, and then like Trump is giving them permission to violate our First Amendment, our privacy rights, and sell your information where you have your banking information, your bank numbers probably in there, social security number. All this information is not bad enough. Any company like Affinity or Comcast or Cox or Warner Brothers, they all have to have your social security number. Like, really, I'm sending you a freaking check every freaking month. You know what I'm saying? So what do they need that information in case they want to like sue you and harass you for the rest of your natural life? So it doesn't really make any sense. And the Republicans is giving up our freedom. They're walking around, being real hypocrites, talking about we got the Constitution. Well, the little book. Well, it's not only reading it, it's comprehending. That's why I say y'all need to be tutored, because your ideas, I'm saying, well, anyway, I think that's what Trump's doing just what Putin wants him to do. He's looking like a damn fucking clown and making America looking like a bunch of fools with him. He can't do anything, and he can't get anything done. It's because he doesn't understand the work behind learning how to do a job. Because he never had to learn how to do a job. If he just failed, he just, I'll just file bankrupt. And it's always been a win for him. He's been losing bigly. You would think he's been losing so much that he would be tired of losing. He's a loser. He's a traitor, doing all type of ungodly treasonous acts up in the White House. You know, when he has important people that he needs to show some hospitality to, some humanity to, he takes them down to one of his sleazy little white trash ass places in Florida. Never mind.